Looky, looky. It's a brand new Jasion Retrovolt Pro e-bike. And I want to show you how easy it is to add a milk crate to the back of this thing. Look at that. That milk crate sits on there perfectly. And that's because these bikes have such a nice steel bike rack integrated with slots on the side for S-hooks like this. But, you know, it still can be a mystery. How do you get this thing to be attached securely? And I did it using two rubber straps. They're kind of like bungee straps, only they're made of rubber. I got one here near the front, and I've got one here near the back. And, you know, every milk crate is designed differently. So you just have to find the right balance and the right sort of, you have to pick the right holes to run all this through depending on your milk crate. But you should be able to do something like this. You can see how I did it. So the first strap is near the front, and that comes out of the bottom of the milk crate and then goes to this location right here on each side. The second strap is more narrow, and then that comes out the bottom, and I route that next to this metal tube so that I go underneath the rack. I go underneath the rack with it so that the S-hook comes out from the inside. You can see it poking out from the inside. And what that does is it better keeps the rear end of the rack from moving side to side. But I can literally pick up the bike by this milk crate. It's not going anywhere. It's not moving side to side. It's not moving front to back. I can pick up this 87-pound bicycle using the milk crate. So it is on there sturdy. I've tested this out. I've gone on multiple trips, and it handles everything. It goes over bumps. It's nice and quiet because the rubber straps kind of, you know, it's not rickety. I don't have anything in between the rack and the crate. I think that I don't think that'll be hard on the paint because the crate is made out of plastic. So, you know, it shouldn't hurt the paint. If you're really concerned about that, you could always put down a layer of rubber mat on top of it, but I don't think it's necessary. I think this will be just fine. And yeah, you can get those straps at Ace Hardware or, you know, any other hardware store or big box store or builder store. These straps are sold in different lengths. I got the 15-inch lengths, but you can get shorter, longer. I experimented a little bit, and 15-inch worked really well for me. But, you know, it doesn't have to be 15-inch, but that worked great for me. So, yeah, I can take this apart and show you what the straps look like and show you what the bike looks like without the rack, without the crate on there. So here's the bike without the crate attached. So you can see that's what the rack looks like on the back. Very substantial steel rack, very nice welds, very sturdy, very rigid, and it's got all of these mounting locations for various straps. It's almost like a Molly panel system. I think there's a name for that configuration of mounting holes. But yeah, just go out and get yourself a couple of these. I got the 15-inch rubber straps from Ace Hardware. They have a display of these in various lengths. 15-inch worked best for me. I like the S-hooks. The S-hooks go into the slots really nicely, like so, you know. They just go right in there. And like I said, for the rear one, I actually go through the inside and poke it out like something like that is what I did. But you know, you just experiment and find locations that work for you based on your straps, how long they are, how stretchy they are. And these straps stretch out a little bit over time too. So, you know, it's going to be a little bit different for everybody, but it's the concept that I'm getting at here, and it works really well with this bike. But yeah, once assembled, this is what it looks like, and it works great. And it's so easy to put on and take off. So, you know, there's no reason not to do it. If you don't like the look of it, keep it off except for when you need it, and then just quickly put it on. Literally takes seconds to put it on there, and it is secure. So hope you like the idea. If you do, if you appreciate this video, like and subscribe and all that jazz. That's always appreciated, of course. And since I have your attention, let's add on to this video just a nice little review. Let me tell you what I like about this bike, because I'm very happy with it. I have tested lots of moped style e-bikes like this one. This is the style that I like, and you know the brands. I don't want to disparage any of the other brands, but they cost anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000, and they don't have as much torque. They don't have as, you know, they don't have as high a wattage hub motor. They don't have as big of a battery. They don't have a lot of these features. This one has all those features for, I got this on Amazon for $809 with free shipping. I mean, at that price, you can't afford not to get one. So let's talk about my favorite things about the bike. I love the 4-inch 20 PSI tires. They're great on all surfaces. We have a new house here, and the yard's really rough right now as we're waiting for the grass to grow. And I go all over the yard. It's got quite a grade to it. So there's up and down, and I go all around the house on this thing, and it just goes up the hills. It goes through dirt, through ruts. Nothing bothers it. I've been on steep hills with this thing. It's great. I love the hydraulic brakes. Great stopping power. The front one actually has a little bit of rubbing right now, and we're still in the process of adjusting that, but that's the only issue I've had with this bike, and I know it's fixable. It's just an adjustment issue. I love the front headlight. Plenty of light. I go on nighttime rides just for fun. I'll ride through town and just kind of blow off some steam, and plenty of light with that LED headlight. Looks really cool. The suspension, front and back, is great for a moped style bike to smooth out the bumps. You're not going to go mountain biking on this thing. It just doesn't have as much travel, doesn't have enough travel for that. But it still helps a lot, especially combined with the fat tires. It gives you all the cushiness that you need to have a comfortable ride. The controls are real nice. I won't fire them up for you. There's plenty of other videos that'll show you that, but I really like the controls. I really like the Shimano shifter. I love, you know, when I assembled mine, I put everything right where I want it for ultimate, for maximum ergonomic usability, and so everything's positioned perfectly for me. All this is adjustable, the angles of everything, of the controls. So I have it set up exactly the way that I like it. That was easy to do. I did upgrade the torque arm. You can see the Grin V5 torque arm down there. That'll help avoid maintenance problems with that rear axle, and I'll leave a link in the description for that. That was an additional 25 bucks. I love the kickstand. It's got a real stiff kickstand that's just really substantial. Watch this. I mean, you know when it's clicked into place, and you know when it's deployed, and it's very sturdy. Love it. The power of this thing is unbelievable. I am 6 feet 1 inch, 320 pounds, and I very quickly get up to 30 miles an hour in this thing. I bet you I get to 20 miles an hour within 5 seconds. Very quickly get up to 30 miles an hour. I've maxed it out at 32. They say it does 38. I believe them. I'm just, you know, I'm a bigger person, so I've gotten it close to 38 actually going downhill, but I just don't really count that because that's downhill. Plenty of power. I mostly like it for going like about 15 miles an hour because I actually like to pedal. I like to pedal a little, go at a speed where the pedaling feels productive combined with the motor so that I'm maximizing my range. That way I get a little bit of exercise and I can maximize my range, get closer to that advertised 90 miles. I can tell you, if all you do is motor and you're at high speed, top speed all the time with just the motor and no pedaling, you're not going to get the advertised miles. You're going to get something more like 10 or 20. You're not going to get 90. But I do think you can get close to 90 for a smaller person if you're pedaling, especially up hills. Pedaling is great for up hills. I love how you can remove the battery with the key, take it inside, so that everybody knows that temperature is the energy. Temperature is the enemy of batteries, so you can take it inside, whether it's cold or hot outside. You can take the battery inside and charge it there. What else do I want to say about the seat's really cool. This is the Pro version, so it has the nice ribbed seat instead of the plain seat, and it just looks cool. It's comfortable. I love it. And yeah. And you know, like I said, I'm 6 feet 1 inch, 320 pounds. Every bike like this that I've tried, the moped style, it's really hard on my knees pedaling because there's just not enough room. It pushes my knees up into my chest. Not this one. It's at a comfortable height for me. My wife is 5 feet 4 inches tall, so she's a lot shorter, but even she was comfortable on it. So it fits a very wide range of humans, ranging from Sasquatch size down to mini hominid. So I think it's a bike for just about everyone, and I highly recommend it. So go out and get yourself one at $809. You can't, you really can't go wrong. So hope you liked this video. Hope you found it useful. Let me know how you like the milk crate hack. Be sure to comment on what you think of that and how successful, you know, how that works for you. I want to hear your stories. And yeah, please like and subscribe and watch my other videos. Take care, folks.